Coach, you look at Nate, the 20 points, of course, but also 14 rebounds.
16.
Or 16, sorry, 5 steals, even the 4 assists. Do you guys more complete players sometimes tend to get a little more overlooked, in favor of scorers, maybe nationally?
Nationally?
Yeah, not by you, of course.
Let me make sure you finish that statement. I just think that's the generation we live in, too. It was shiny as penny. Guys that, those highest ranked guys, I don't want to sound ignorant nor naive. I don't know where Nate was ranked. I just liked him. I don't know where Chris was ranked. I liked him too. We don't recruit guys based on what other people think or where they're ranked. We recruit guys that can play in our system and that fits our culture and the way that we do things. And first time I saw Nate was April of his junior year in high school. And what's the name of that tournament? Cartersville, Georgia? Is that where? Somewhere in Georgia. Seemed like there was 30 gyms and 30 courts in that gym, and I think there was a game going on at the same time. It's just a constant cacophony of whistles. He's just gotten better too. Last year he played his role well. But he's playing behind seniors. Nate's not a senior; he's a sophomore. He's going to continue to get better as he goes. Caleb, bless his heart. His father was here from North Carolina. He had an allergic reaction to something, and he couldn't go back in the game. He was over there hurting on the sideline. But Nate's Nate. When I recruited him, when I saw him, I said he's going to be a captain because he impacts winning in so many different ways. He impacts winning in practice. He impacts winning in the classroom. He impacts winning in the community. He's a great representative of our program. And if I could pick someone to be the face of University of Houston Cougar basketball, I would want it to be Nate Hinton.
Coach, what was different in limited turnovers from first half to second half?
We stopped turning it over second half.
Was it just slowing down?
Somebody go get Dejan and let him ask him that question. I have no idea. If you take the back off of a watch, can you explain to me how it works? Can you?
No.
Well, I can't explain Dejan's turnovers either. Sometimes I think he, thinks he's in the circus. You want to go get entertained. Watch Dejan when he goes in the game. You're gonna get entertained. It drives me nuts. I was being facetious, for God's sake. Jesus Christ. But yeah. We turned the ball over. Dejan turned the ball over, I think, 3 times the first half against Washington. And as a team, remember, Nate, how many turns we had first half? 5? Yeah. Yeah, I think it was 5 the first half in Hawaii against Washington. Second half we had 2. You know why? Because I didn't play Dejan. Now, Dejan's defense, he was a lot better second half. He handled the ball and did some good things. But, when you shoot 38%, it's not going to be pretty. But Dejan was 12 for 14 from the free throw line, and I thought he played outstanding defense. He was our best point of attack defender today against Ingram. Central Florida's a good team. That was a team that was up 14, I think, at Oklahoma. Went down to the end. They're up 7, I think, with 5 minutes to go against Temple the other day. But I thought our defense was really good for the most part. Just didn't shoot the ball well. But their zone is got to shoot. your offense is always going to look good against zones when you shoot the ball in. Now, if we had Armani and Corey, people say that's a good zone offense. No, it's not the offense. It's not the offense. It's those guys shooting the ball. Don't get this thing twisted. You know, Nate was our best. Where were you from the 3-point line, Nate? How do you go 3 for 6 from the 3-point line and 3 for 6 from the free throw line? Can you explain that to me? Huh? You know, we'll work on an answer by tomorrow.
Hey, Kelvin, speaking of defense, it's no secret how this team and your teams feed off of it and kind of turn up the intensity. There was a possession or a sequence there at the middle of the second half where you guys just suffocated them. It led to a steal, and Dejan almost completed that dunk. How much does that type of intensity or can change a game, especially the way you want them to play defense?
Yeah, obviously you guys have never watched us practice, but in the month of November, we played defense about like I thought we would. Not very good. It didn't bother me. I just knew we had to keep working at it. You just don't, it's like having a 2-year-old. They talk a lot better when they're 3 than they're 2. And then when they're 4, they talk a lot better. You don't start doing something great right away. You got to work at it, And those teams we played early were really good offensive teams, but we really work at defense. It's not a guarantee you're going to be good because you work at something. You're not guaranteed to be good. But I do believe this: if you don't work at it, you're guaranteed not to be good. But our guys buy in, and we've got. We're so versatile. We can match up different ways. Like they didn't have a 4-man. They played those 2 5s together some, but for the most part they played 4 guards around Smith. Justin's not a guard. He doesn't guard guards well. Fabian doesn't guard guards well. So I take him out and put Sed in. Sed guards better. That's why he played and they didn't. Nothing else. In Hawaii, Washington had a 4-man. They had 4s and 5s. So Justin and Fabian matched up well with them. Georgia Tech had 4s and 5s. Justin and Fabian matched up well with them. But when we play against a team that's perimeter-based, 4 around a 5, 4 guards around a 5-man, Sed's a little bit better against that. So we just tell all our guys to always be ready to play, but we're going to play to win the game. We match up the best way we see fit to win the game, and that's how we operate.
Nate, can you talk about the mindset of this team with you guys riding a 5-game winning streak, including what you guys did in Hawaii?
I think the mindset of our team constantly it's a new season. It's a new conference. It's a new beast. It's a new animal, the non-conference. Non-conference, you got the 13 games that we played, but now we got 18 more games, January, February, a little bit of March. So it's just taking it one game at a time, and then every game is intense, and every game is basically a championship game. You got to be ready to go to war, ready to go to battle every single night because every team is good. So that's the mindset that we got to be in, and that's the mindset that we're approaching it, having a mature mindset. We're not even worried about the win streak. We're just worried about being 1-0 every single time we go out on the court.
Nate, what are your thoughts about what Coach said about you being the representative of Houston team?
I appreciate that. I love Coach to death. He told me when he was recruiting me, he said, "You're gonna be a captain one day." He told me about my sophomore year, and I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, it sounds good, but I just stepped right into that role now. So it's just about getting better every day. Coach is hard on me, but I appreciate that because it's just keep getting better, and every day I know I got to be at my best or not. Coach is gonna sniff it out and get on me. So I just got to keep getting better and keep leading and being representing Houston Cougar basketball.
Nate, how have you approached that? Leadership challenge, being one of the younger players, but knowing you have to be one of the leaders on the court off.
Not to be about me, but if I don't bring it, some of the other guys, they look at me and they say, that's just the coach of the program. I've been here before. I just take what I learned from Corey, Galen, and Breon, and all those guys, and it's a little bit of pressure, but that's just right into who I am. I believe there's nothing I got to do extra. It's just go out there and lead the team, and know the expectations of the coach and the coaching staff, and just go do it, and just keep getting better as a team. Keep pushing the mark because we need everybody to play, everybody to step up.
So did you have that that little tip in your back pocket that the tip there at midcourt where you tipped it to yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at those plays and just kind of summed up the night. Were you able to there at the end maybe let it loose a little bit, have a little fun?
I was just trying to get the rebound. Honestly, I went to go get the rebound. I seen the tip, and then once I tipped it was just home sweet home. I'm about to explain it.
Got left-handed, didn't
Yeah, see, I told you. Left hand.
Nate, the steals, the 5 steals, is that just a byproduct of the defense, or is there something you sort of do, to try to get those? Or
Just playing hard. Just playing harder. It's conference. We can't play the same way. It's a new season, so just playing harder and wanting to win. Like at the end of the day, being 1-0. We have 17 more games now. 8 more home games and 9 more road games. After Tuesday, it'll be 8. So just taking advantage of the moment of the opportunity, like Coach says. And Coach, told us before the game, we don't get this back. 8 more home games of the conference. I mean, that's it. We don't play no playoff home games. So we just go out there and just play hard, compete, and play to win.
We have time for one more question.
Coach, do you have an injury update on Caleb?
He had an allergic reaction to something. He'll be fine, but it's a shame because he had his best practices this week. I mean, he played at a high level in Hawaii. Then he was really at a high level the last 3 or 4 days. So not having him out there, meant Nate probably had to play more minutes than he should have. I'm sure Nate's not complaining, but. We've got 5 good guards. Nate, Quentin, Dejan, Marcus, and Caleb. And then we have 5 post guys. Chris, Rick Mount, Harris, Jr. You guys ever heard of Rick Mount? You never heard of Rick Mount? Really? How about Rick Barry? Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going Rick Barry because you don't shoot underhand. But Chris Rick Mount. No, Chris Otis Birdsong Harris. Now, Rick Mount was Steph Curry before there was ever a Steph Curry. He's one of the greatest shooters ever. But that was just a play off of how does Chris go 4 for 4 and Nate 3 for 6? How's that happen?
Getting in the gym.
It's this decade.
Getting in the gym.
He's your highest percentage free throw shooter this decade.
Well, just tell the fans I finally listened to him. Don't you guys ever work on free throws with Chris? Never thought about that. And we decided to finally listen.
Coach, Nate, thank you very much.
Happy New Year, guys.